Why?
Boy.
He's depressed. He got fucked, didn't he?
The poor gentleman has been injured. After much kicking and screaming, I've brought him back here. It hurts. It ultra mega hurts. Nia. Where's my darling Nia?
What happened?
What happened? This fine gentleman appears to have tripped on a rock and struck his head. Ventures aren't to be taken lightly. Learned that firsthand now. Firsthand, I mean. I was just checking to see if my little girl was behind some rocks, and look how I ended up. Behind some rocks? Is your daughter a woolly-colly, sir? There we go, I'm up. No little bump's gonna keep me down long. That kip's got me feeling right as rain. How about then, lad? Did you find my daughter Nia?
I did, but... Well, here's how it went.
You don't say. So Nia's set on staying well till she's had her fill of Dynamax adventure stuff. And she wants the two of us to go ahead and get cracking on the Grand Peony event tour. You know, I burned the candle at both ends, working out the best intentionary I could for my dear Nia's sake. But I guess she's at that age when she doesn't want her old man tagging along all the time and trying to press her into doing what I want to do. Probably won't win me any Dad of the Year awards. Alright then, what's your name, kid?
Dry.
Cheers, Dry. My name's Peony. Wait, have I already told you so? Then it's twice as nice to meet you. Oh, I got his lead card. Nice. Let's have ourselves such a smashing adventure that my dear Neil be itching to join in on fun.
Yes, let's.
Yes, let's. Now that's an ultra mega great response. Just what I was hoping to hear. We're going to have ourselves a real treat of a legendary Pokemon hunt. So that's decided. Now then, Dry, let's get ourselves to Freezington. It's a town just a short ways off. Time for a strategic planning meeting for Pony's Adventure. I'll fill you in on the details once you get there. I say, let us reconvene post-haste. Just pulling your leg. Can you imagine if I actually talked like that?
Did he just seriously make fun of the British fucking accents?
He's probably Scottish.
He probably is Scottish, actually. Which makes sense. Look at him run! Holy shit! There it is, the town. Freezington. Well, look, it's that crystal thing from Black and White.
Yes, I know there's Ladinos, and yes, they're like Chanseys and can give me a ton of experience.
But your Pokemon are already all level 100.
Yes, I don't need it.
Here we are, Freezington.
Hello, hello. What do we have here? Another visitor? I'm the mayor of this fair town of Freezington. I must say, it's a surprise to have visitors arriving in our out-of-the-way town one after another. Might you be here to learn about the legend of the King of Bountiful Harvests as well?
Yes!
Never mind, it hardly bears asking. After all, there's very little otherwise to attract visitors to our sleepy corner of the region. Which is a bit of a shame, really. People come all this way to investigate what turns out to be a mere fairy tale. But since you made the journey, I must offer you this Freezington specialty as a memento.
A boat neck sweatshirt.
It's a shirt emblazoned with the likeness of the King of the Bountiful Harvest. I'm afraid it hasn't sold quite as well as we hoped. We got a fair number left over. The illustration's based on extremely ancient accounts of the king's appearance. hence the unusually sized head. But we thought it might make the design a touch more hip, as they say. If you like to see what the king really looked like, I suggest to take over that statue. The fields in the center of the village. By the by, while you're here in the Crown Tundra, feel free to lead your Pokemon out of its ball and take it for a stroll. Farewell now. Oi! Oi! Over here, Dry.
Let's go inside that house. Feels as if it's missing something. Interesting.
Must be the legendary Pokemon.
Must be.
You know, the one that was advertised?
Yeah, on the fucking
Aha!
DLC.
Here you are! This pokey little place will be our lodgings.
Wait a second.
But as this moment, it's also something far more important. Our base camp. I know, not much of a base camp it is. Still, we've got to give it a proper air of importance, have we? No, enough faffing about, Dry. Let me tell you about the Peony Exploration team is after. Around here, they've got a fair few strange and mysterious legends. For example, a huge head Pokemon known as the King of Bountiful Harvest. Not to mention a massive red tree where legendary flying Pokemon gather. And furthermore, these great hulking dot-faced giants that sleep in some ruins or something. Yet Cetera! See what I mean? This place is bursting with juicy legends.
Yeah.
And we're not stopping until we've just found how much truth they've got onto them. And there you have it. We have the Peony Exploration team. And that is our grand, noble, magnificent goal. Of course, if I had it my way, I'd be doing this with my dear Nia. But who knows? They say even chancy meetings can lead to blissful friendships. So here's to a grand adventure, Expedition Chief Dry.
Chief.
Obviously. Look, what do you think would happen if the two of us went galloping off together? My dear Nia could come along for a grand emotional reunion and find this place empty. Just the thought of it. My own darling daughter sitting alone in this room, pinning for her papa. God, nope, not on my watch. I'd never let that happen. So I'll be holding down the fort, Chief. Which means you get the pleasure of being the expedition chief. Which brings me to this. Go on, have it.
Expedition uniform. Do, do, do.
Look at that. Fits you like a glove. Like a glove. You have to do in the Jim Carrey voice. You have to.
Yes,
like a glove.
Yes, you do.
I brought some spare uniforms so my dear Neo would have a few to change into. So there's enough to give you one. And if you ever need a change or have a kip, by all means, just head into the bedroom back here. I've got some different colored scarves in there, so switch it up if you fancy your style. Here, have these two.
Legendary Clue 1.
A clue about the King of Bountiful Harvest. It's written by Peony, and an old photo is attached to it. There's a fairy tale in the Freezington about the legendary Pokemon known as the King of the Bountiful Harvest. In the legends, the king is said to wear a massive crown on his head, but the wooden statue near the fields of the village shows no sign of a crown. Far...
Look at that shitty ass drawing.
Someone's kid drew that.
Yeah. No, it was Peony. It was Peony who drew it.
No, someone's kid drew that shit. A kid felt left out. They wanted to get involved, and he's like, okay, sure, honey, sure, kid, you can draw something for your father. Yeah, this fucking kid. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.